Hey guys, this is Mr. Allen. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone is safe. Today is May 12th, and we will be going over dividing by powers of 10. Now, we've actually completed our curriculum or syllabus. So, what I've done is I've gone over the information on IXL, and I saw areas that I noticed a lot of or most students were having issues with. So what I want to do is I want to go over different areas that I've seen the most challenges or the most area of opportunities. So we're going to be dividing by powers of 10, and we went over this before, but I want to go over the thought process or how we get our answer and basically two ways of getting our answer. So there's a lot of information behind me, but we're going to narrow down on each one, kind of break it down. So number one, we have 80 divided by 10. Now, 80 divided by 10, the dividend is 80, and then the divisor is 10. So we have, how many times can 10 go into 8? The house can hold 8 people, 10 people want to enter. They cannot. So it's going to be 0. 0 times 10 is going to be 0. After you multiply, you subtract. 80 minus 0 is going to give you 8. Do you have anything to take down? Yes, you take down the 0. Now we start all over again. So how much times can 10 go into 80? So a lot of us have challenges with division. What I like to do when you're dividing is I just multiply until I multiply the divisor until I get that number or right below it. So 10 times 1 is 10, 10 times 2 is 20, 10 times 3 is 30, 10 times 4 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So I know 10 times 8 is going to give me 80. So 10 can go into 80 8 times. So 8 times 10 is going to be 80. 80 minus 80 is going to be 0. Can I take anything else down? No. My remainder is 0, and my answer is just 8. So 80 divided by 10 is going to give me 8. Now, number 2, 77 divided by 10. So 10 can go into 7, 0 times 10 is 0. 7 minus 0 is going to give us 7. Can we take anything else down? Can we take anything down? Yes, the 7. So now we have 10 can go into 77 how many times? So 10 times 1 is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. If I go another time, I get to 80, which is too high. So 10 can go into 77. 7 times, put the 7 on top. 7 times 10 is 70. 77 minus 70 is going to give me just 7. Can I take anything else down? No. My answer is 7 with a remainder of 7. Now, what you do is once you get that remainder, you put your remainder over the divisor. So my answer is 7 with a remainder of 7 over 10. So 7 with a remainder of 7 over 10. Now, if I want to change this fraction into a decimal, what do? Well, whenever you have the bottom number is a power of 10, so tens, 100,000, 10,000, it is letting you know what its place value is. So I went over this before, where I said this is 5 in 675 is in the ones place, 7 in 675 is in the tens, and then 6 is in the hundreds, and with the decimal, 0.8, the first number after the decimal is in the tens, and you have the hundreds, and then you have the thousands. So this is letting me know that the 7 over 10, the 7 is in the tens place value, which is right here. So we know that it's 0.7. So our answer is a whole number 7, and then if we change this into a decimal, it's 0.7. So 10 can go into 77 7 times with a remainder 7 over 10 or 7.7. All right. Now, number 3, we have 975 divided by 100. So 100 can go into 9 0 times. 100 can go into 97 0 times. but 100 can go into 975 9 times. And we know because multiplying 100 times 1, 2 times 3 times 4, all the way until we get to 9. So 100 can go into 975 9 times. 9 times 100 is 900. When you minus them, 5 minus 0 is 5, 7 minus 0 is 7, 9 minus 9 is 0. So can we take anything else down? No. Our remainder is 75. So we have a whole of 9 and a remainder of 75 over 100. So we have 9 is 75 over 100. 75 over 100 means that the 5 or 75 is in the hundreds place. So it's going to be 0.75 because we know the last number is going to be in that place value in the hundreds. So our answer is 9, and then 0.75. So if you notice a trend that happens whenever we divide a power of 10 is, let's say this was money. We had $80 and we ended up with $8. When you're dividing by 10, the decimal point moves to the left whenever you're dividing. And then this lets you know how many times. So with 10, we went from 80 point nothing. Imagine if this money is $80 and 0 cents. And then we ended up with $8. So the decimal moved 1 time to the left, moving it from $80 to $8. Now, let's say we have 77 divided by 10. Again, when you say divide, we know we're moving a decimal to the left. And then the tens, 100, or 1,000 lets you know how many times you're moving a decimal. So it's 10, so we're moving it just once. So if we have $77 and we move the decimal 1 time, we have 7.7, which is the same thing that's there. Now, let's look at this one. We have 975. If we're dividing by 100, we're moving the decimal value 2 times. A rule I like to do or follow is the 0 lets you know how many times you're moving the decimal point. So if I see 10, there's 1 0, I know I'm moving it once. If I see 100, I see 2 zeros, I know I'm moving it twice. So $975, even if there's no decimal there, I know that if it's $975 and it's blank, I know it's assumed that it's 0 pennies. So it's going to be 0 or 0.0. So move it 1, 2 times. So our answer is 9.75. Now, let's look at this one, number 4. We have 4,785 divided by 100. Now, before I even get to the math, let's follow what I just said. If we're dividing, we know we're moving a decimal to the left. And if it's 100, we're moving it 2 times. So if I were to move it 1, remember this is, pretend that it's money, so it's $4,785. So there's an imaginary decimal here. So move it 1, 2 times. So we have 47.85. This is here. If we check it, 100 can go into 4 0 times. 100 can go into 47 0 times. 47 people is the capacity of the house. 100 people want to enter. Can they enter? No, it's not enough space. But 478, 100 can go 4 times. 4 times 100 is 400. You subtract, 8 minus 0 is 8, 7 minus 0 is 7, 4 minus 4 is 0. You have 78. You carry down the 5. 100 can go into 785 7 times. 7 times 100 is 700. You subtract them, you get 85. Can I take anything else down? No. My remainder is 85 over 100. So I know that the 85 is in the hundreds place. So the 5 would be here, the 8 will be here, the decimal point will be here, so it's 0.85. When I put 47 and I add the 0.85, I have 47.85. So number 5, I have 5,006 divided by 1,000. Now, before I do the math, let's say I'm dividing. I know I'm moving the decimal to the left. I'm going by 1,000. There are 1, 2, 3 zeros, so I know I'm moving it 3 times to the left. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. So my answer should be 5.006. Now, let's check it. 1,000, yeah, 5,005 divided by 1,000. So 5,006 divided by 1,000. So can 1,000 go into 5? 5, the house can hold 5. 1,000 people want to come, can it go in? No. So that's 0. What about 50? 1,000 can't go into 50, that's 0 again. 500, 1,000 can't go into 500, that's 0 again. What about 1,000 into 5,006? We know that 1,000 can go into 5,000 5 times. 5 times 1,000 is 5,000. When you subtract them, that's 5 minus 5 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. 6 minus 0 is 6. Can you take anything else out? No. So your remainder is just 6 over 1,000. So we know the 6 is in the thousands place. 6, and then we have 2 blanks or 0 for place value holders. And then a decimal point. So it's going to be 0.006 in the thousand place. So 0.006, and then you have the 5 for the whole number. So you have 5.006. So that being said, the main takeaway I want you to know is when you're dividing by a power of 10, you're moving to the left. And if you have the value of 10, we know we're moving it 1 time to the left. We have 100, just 2 zeros, we're moving it 2 times. If we have 1,000, which is 3 zeros, move it 3 times. If we have 10,000, which has 4 zeros, we move it 4 times. And 100,000 is 6, a million is 7, and so on and so forth. So number 6, we have 87 divided by 10. Number 7, we have 93 divided by 100. Number 8, we have 86.5 divided by 10. Number 9, we have 9,548 divided by 1,000. And number 10, we have 8.75 divided by 100. I would like you guys to work on these by yourself. All right, we are back. Number 6, we know we're dividing, which is to the left. And 10 is by 1, so we know we're going to move the decimal point 1 time to the left. Your answer should be 8.7. Number 7, we have 93 divided by 100. We're dividing, so we're moving the decimal to the left. 100 means we're moving it 2 times. So 1, 2. We know our answer should be 0.93. Number 8, 86.5 divided by 10. Moving it to the left, moving it 1 time. It should be 8.65. Number 9, divide, we're moving it to the left. 1,000, we're moving it 3 times. We go 1, 2, 3. Your answer should be 9.548. And then number 10, we're moving it to the left. We're moving it twice. It should be 1, 2. So you're going to put a place value holder here of 0. And your answer should be 0.0875. Okay, and what I also want to go over is on IXL, there was a different variation of it, but it's the same concept. So I just want to bring that up so we can go over it together. Here. Okay, so we have 25,468 divided by something that gave us an answer of 2,546 and 8 cents. So let's go here. So if this were, let's say this was money, 25,468. So the decimal point would be right here. And we divided it by something and it moved from right here to right here. So it moved 1 time to the left from 25,468 to 2,546.8. So what could I divide by that would move the decimal point one time to the left? We would divide by 10. So we know that we divided by 10 because originally the decimal point was here, and then we ended up here, moving it once to the left. So let's look at this one. We have 25,468. We divided it by something, so the decimal point was right here, and it moved two times to the left. So what could I divide by that would make, what could I divide 25,468 by that would make the decimal point move two times to the left? It would be 100. I think 25,468 divided by 100. 1, 2. Your decimal point should be between 4 and 6. It is. Number 3. We have 25,468 divided by something to give us 25.468. The decimal point was right here, and it moved 1, 2, 3 times. So that's going to give us 1, 2, 3 zeros, which is 1,000. And for our last one, I'm going to make a wild guess that is 10,000, but let's check. We went from 25,468, so the decimal point was right here, and it moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Am I correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to have, boom, 5 zeros. So it actually jumped to 100,000. So yeah, so instead of moving between the 5, it moved between the 2. And then we submit, and we're awesome. So those are going to be the questions that you see where you're going to have to write the number down and say, all right, how many times did it move over to get to there? And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to come back through the video, message me on Class Dojo. But when you're dividing, you're moving the decimal to the left. And then if it's tens, the rule I like is whatever the amount of zeros lets you know how many times the decimal moves. So with 10, it'll be 1, 100, it'll be 2, 10,000 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 100,000 is 5, and so on and so forth. Right. Thank you for your time, and you guys have an awesome day.